We gonna get into the real when y'all come up over here, man. So put your big boy pants on when you come over here, folks. For real. Put your big boy pants on and we gonna get into it straight like that, folks. But definitely hit that like button for the boy if you here for a good time, not a long time. You ain't here to stay, hit that like button, man.
V-LOI gang. V-LOI. V-LOI, man. I'm gonna get right into it. Y'all wanna use God, I see. But don't nobody wanna take upon the persecution that come along with it. We think that when we love God and we find Jesus Christ, we find that pathway to everlasting life, that it looks like we won't go through anything in this world. That is the furthest thing from the truth. When you love God and you start to understand his ways of living, you understand that we are called to be persecuted. We are called to go through things. The going through makes his love more vivid. How do we get to him? We had to go through to see him. If I didn't go through and I thought that my life was just, I was living in a fantasy world, I would have no need. God. Most of us are running from that very thing in which he's sending us to. Persecution. To be persecuted in the flesh for God's word means that you will be living an eternal salvation for your persecution. In his word, he spoke how those who will be afflicted, how they will be able to live once their affliction is done. He even spoke on those who afflicted them, how their judgment. See, everything, and the one thing I want to bring to y'all attention is, if he's going to judge the righteous with the persecution of those of the world, y'all thinking he leaving them out? Everybody got to go through something. Let your persecution glorify him, though, not you in this world. Because when we glorify God, you are called to be hated by this world. You ain't called to be liked by this world. Yeah, your friends, your family members, they are supposed to look at you weird and, oh, you just like one of them. And more things that are meant to throw you off of course will start to meet you face first, whatever you want to say. And that's what the persecution is. We got to learn how to go through by getting through, because that's what he called for us to do, not to give up. Not to give up. And again, when we love in him, we go to him in the times where he is more easy to digest and more easy to see when we are hurting, right? So he's going to keep us going through things of this world so we won't forget how it is that we got to him. It's the way of the world. You just need to make sure that you are being persecuted for the right reasons. So a lot of people, they ain't really going through nothing. They being persecuted of the world, but it ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. It got everything to do with the lifestyle that they live in. But when you are getting persecuted for his word, there is nothing better. Yeah, too many times we think blessings come in the form of physical, but you don't understand the blessings that you are creating and the powers that be. You don't know the doors he's opening up for you and the doors that he's closing. Because this world has taught us that blessing look as it's a physical thing. It needs to shine, it needs to glitter, it needs to come in the form of money, it needs to come in the form of presents, gifts. That is a lie. Blessings might be something changed in you that you wanted to change and you don't even know it. Could be you walking into that job that feeds you spiritually. And then you've been searching for a job, you couldn't get it, and you started to get persecuted by your old job because you wouldn't want to do this. You didn't want to go against your morals that you know you were living a godly life. See, persecution for the righteous is different than persecution for those who are in the world. You will get persecuted for living right, and it won't make any sense. You will get persecuted for having love, kindness, and everything, because evil can sense righteousness. Evil can sense righteousness, and it will try to irk your irritation, irk your nerves, irk everything in you to get you to where they are. But you deny yourself with God. That is the whole thing with God. Deny, 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 deny. We got to deny ourselves from sin, deny ourselves from our flesh and our emotion. All it wants to do is take over. Emotion is the most pivotal driver that gets us to doing evil or good in this world. So let's understand our emotion and deny it if it don't come from God. If it ain't passion about his word, if it's passion toward this world, you don't need it. Nobody's saying you won't live a good life. Nobody's saying that you can't be wealthy. Nobody's saying that you can't live in peace. But you're going to be persecuted. You will have peace and persecution in this world, in this lifetime. We are guaranteed do both. Even if you are not living a righteous life, you probably won't be persecuted, but you got a world full of problems. World full. Which side do you want to be on? Because this side is greater later. We get our reward truly after. And again, man, so many of us, we worried about using God. I just want this. But you don't want to do none of the things that he called for us to do when you are of his flock. When you deny yourself, right now I'm denying myself. There's other things that I'd rather be doing right now than making this video, but I deny myself. You got to get yourself ready for what's to come. And if you don't start right now, when what in Revelations is going to happen will happen, it will be too late for you. These things you got to grow. It's like a muscle. You got to train this muscle. You got to continue to exercise this muscle. Denying your flesh is like a muscle. If you work out and you stop every time the burning sensation come, you won't get nowhere. Because through the burn and through the pain is when you grow. Through the frustration and the hard times is where you grow. You understand these things are. I persevere through things like this. I'm living a denying lifestyle of the flesh. So when you live in a denying lifestyle of the flesh, it is easier for you to deny temptation that comes from Satan. We ain't living in a world right now that's teaching us about temptation, sins. We living in a world where there are no sins. Everything is okay. This is foreign language to most people. For myself, for my flesh, a lot of it is foreign language to me because how? I was living in darkness for so long that when I started to see the light, starting to hear the light, it's like, what? And that's how a lot of people look at it. But you got to do it right now. Start denying. So if the littlest that you can do is deny yourself to get on your knees and pray, you need to do it. The battle has already begun. And a lot of us are behind. Catch up. Catch up, V-LOI gang, man. We'll be back again, man. Y'all stay prayed up. Do not forget the time we living in. You're going to go through persecution. You're going to go through these things. So let's have it in the back of our head that he said it. And then let's have that smile of his glory, the boastfulness that he give us, because when you getting persecuted for speaking his word, then you got to know that he's smiling. And don't forget, those who afflict onto you, will he afflict onto them. And when they living in this world, that affliction is different. What's to come for them, for what's to come for us is different. Don't let these worldly temporary things get you lost in the sauce so you don't understand, man, I'm living for God. I'm living for him. This work, and right now I'm living for him. You need to live for him too, because this is temporary. Never forget it. He made it all.